Welcome, 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 welcome.
Welcome.
Boy,
How you doing,
it's,
Miss Lady?
I am wonderful. How are you doing? You're my guest. So
I
I'm
still
gonna
had to look.
ask you how you
It's the
doing.
new year. It's the new year. I had to jump out the gate. I'm blessed to be alive. So I'm sorry. We in 2025 and we blessed to be alive and we live and we gonna leave it
That's
on
right.
red.
Right, putting it on red.
Yes,
I'll bet
ma'am.
on us. You know what? Sometimes we might have been counted out, but we counted in, right?
I know
And
that's
we
right.
and we still winning. Still winning.
So yes, ma'am, I'm doing great. Thank you for
All
having me on the
right.
platform again tonight. I might be a
All
new
right.
face to some of them, but if they've been with you, then they should remember that we started out together.
Yes, we did. Yes, we
Yes,
did.
ma'am. So it's
We
a
have.
blessing. It's a blessing.
Yes, it is. So tonight I have a guest, and we're going to be talking about financial education financial literacy 2.0.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're gonna get down into this thing. So we're gonna bring literacy to our neighborhood. That's what I'm thinking. I've been saying it's been in the atmosphere, and I've been following him. Since he started off with me last year. He was my first guest,
Right, correct.
and so I always follow behind him. I always watch him. I've been watching him grow as I'm growing, and it's exciting. It really is. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you go ahead and introduce yourself to our people out here.
Again, greetings to everyone. How y'all doing? My name is DeQualis Waits. I am your favorite teacher. I'm here with Step 2.0. That is our new program that we've been blessed to launch. And so thank y'all for tuning in tonight, or if you're just now catching the video, I promise you that I'm going to give you everything that I have and what we've been blessed to build with our program with the Steps 2.0 program. So again, thank you. DeQualis Waits, your favorite teacher. The
All
one that's
right,
making learning fun again. I can't forget that. The one that's making learning fun again.
that's
They
right.
had that, some of them had their learning boring. So yeah, we had to make it fun again.
That's right. That's right. So and that means a whole lot. I think about when I think about being taught, and that's at any age. That is the most important thing. Somebody who can break it down to you. That's what a good educator can do. A good teacher can break it down to you. Like you said, make it fun, make it
Yeah.
the way, hey, I don't mind
Look,
learning.
make
I
it
don't even
fun, make it plain, keep it simple. They said put it
right.
on the ground so the babies can get it, and then put it up there so the giraffes can get it. So yeah, yeah.
That's right. And you don't even know you're learning. A good teacher make the way you don't even know you're learning. You
Hey,
just
I
sit
love
there.
that with my students. You'll have them doing an assignment and they don't even know that they're actually working on a certain skill. But when you're making it fun, they don't even know it. So that's the whole thing about being able to relate to somebody. When you're making it relevant, you have them doing things that they're comfortable with doing, and then you add some of that education in there and that information, and then you just confirm it by saying, "Hey, you didn't even know you was doing that certain subject." Yeah. So yeah. That's how we do it. Make it
All right.
relative.
All right. Well, you know what? Well, I was thinking when I've been following you. I've been seeing you do some good things. As I hit him up today, I was like, hey, those pictures, I've been watching this video. I'm like, those videos are lit. They nice, real nice. So
Thank you, Miss Lady. Shout out to the We Hanging Out team. That's my camera team, podcast team. So shout out to We Hanging Out.
okay, okay. So I was telling him about that, and I love the content as well.
Thank
The
you.
content is right on point. Now I'm just going to ask you something about the current events that we have. We have an
Yes.
inauguration coming about. We got a new year coming about. We got a well, he ain't a new president. He's a run back president, right? So
Mhm.
where do you stand on that? Where do you stand on that? And I want you to bring it to where we at. Like you said, bring it to where we are at. Where do you stand with that?
So let's go back so I can make sure I understand your question. Because look, as a teacher, I'm still a student. So before I answer
Okay.
anything, I'm going to always make sure that I'm understanding the question. So let's go
Ain't
back.
nothing
So you
wrong with
said basically, where do I stand with the president that we have in our country by him being back in office? How do I feel about that?
well, just the whole thing. Everything is getting ready to be new. Well, everything is new. You could
Mhm,
already feel it. You
mhm.
can feel it in the content people are putting out. You could tell it. You could feel it in what people are talking about right now. It's just in the atmosphere. So
Okay.
it's a new year. We got a new president. Well, we got a run back president,
Mhm.
and then we got an inauguration coming up. Where do you feel about all three of those points?
So I would start with you said the new year. So
Mhm.
I was just actually talking to a friend, and I was letting him know that I'm blessed and thankful that I'm able to speak in this new year. I'm able to feel because a lot of people didn't get to make it until this new year, or they might be on bed rest or hospice. So I'm thankful that God has me in a place right now where I'm feeling healthy. My mindset is positive. My spirit is good. So with this new year, I'll be honest with you. I'm just really blessed to be here and I'm thankful. But I'll take you back to 2024 a little bit. I had already started my new year in a way in the fourth quarter. With that being said, I didn't let the October, November, December be the ending of my year. I used that last quarter as my get a head start for the 2025. So I made a great job. Me and my team, we attacked the end of 2024. So when we're asking about this new year, I'm very excited about it, but I'm kind of saying that I'm confident in this new year only because I was handling my business in the years before. So because I know many people, oh, I'm gonna start this when the new year start, or I got this new year, new resolution. And I was telling people you already behind if you waiting to that first, because some people don't even believe January 1st is the beginning of new year anyway. So I would say that that's
Right,
where I'm at
right,
with it. That's where I'm at with it with this new year.
right.
So just being blessed. Everybody probably went through different trials and tribulations. I'm not saying that nobody's is more than the other one, but you asked me how was my new year, and I'm letting you know now. Full head steam forward, a lot of momentum. Just very thankful because each day God is showing me that I think it's what the 14th today, but He's showing me 2 weeks in this new year. Got a lot of new business partners, a lot of new resources, opportunities that He just showing me. But I'm gonna say that it shows me my obedience too. I tell people that I believe that He rewards me with certain things because I really do being obedient. I'm the type of person, my family didn't raise me to do wrong and get rewarded. So what I'm saying is I really can take in my blessings because I'm knowing me and my relationship with God. And that's gonna lead me to this next thing about how do I feel about the president or whoever leading the country. I'm gonna always start with
Okay.
saying that I believe in God first. That's who I voted for each year, and that's who ain't never
Mhm.
lied to me about no political stuff. And I'm still
Right.
knowing that anybody running the country is still a human being. So which means
Mhm.
I would never agree with everything. I don't care if it was Democrat or Republican. Um,
Right.
I'm still knowing that it's a human there, so it's going to still be certain things that me personally, that me and that president might not agree on. The best
Right.
thing that I do is pray for my country. I pray for my president because I'm gonna be honest. If we go back in history, they was together at one time anyway, so they was cool. They was
Right.
cool, and then they split. So with that being said, I'm knowing that hey, things are gonna change. People
Right.
got different beliefs. It's humans. If I
Right.
go get with 100 people right now, I don't care if I say, man, we can go drink some water. Somebody gonna say, man, I want lemonade. So I don't think that we would ever, or we'll go back to the water. Somebody gonna want smart water. Somebody gonna want life water. Somebody gonna say that it got alkaline. We still might be divided with what type of water we drinking.
No,
So
you're
all
right.
I'm saying is, I pray for the president and I pray for our country. And I just try to do the best of my ability because I don't care what nobody say. Either party, you're going to get a benefit and you're going to have something that you look at as negative. If you're a
That's right.
Democrat, it's going to be something that, hey, a Republican might get in office. It's still going to be certain things that you're still going to get benefits of, whether you like it or not. And
That's
then it's
right.
certain things on the other side. So one thing I'll say right now, knowing that Donald Trump is in the office as president, is I should be happy as a business owner. Him
Mhm.
as a business owner, that's one thing that I can relate to him on is that as a business owner, he's going to come out with more programs. So if you're here tonight to see about some financial literacy, one nugget I'm going to give you right now, you're going to need as many LLCs with your family, your friends. You need to buy as many LLCs as you can afford because I know for a fact he's going to come out with some program and some type of funding. And a lot of people going to be happy if they got funded one time because you got one LLC. And then he's going to have some people that got 10 LLCs and they're going to get funded 10 times. So all I'm saying is by the certain president that we have with Donald Trump, you better be thinking business. Think about when the PPP loans came out. Think back who was the president around COVID time. Think back. Start thinking about how money started rolling out a certain way, and I'm gonna say everybody had a chance of balling. Business owners was more happy because people coming in paying that high price or paying money with ease. They was tipping you. They weren't trying to short you or nothing. Economy was good around that time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you say about him coming back into the presidency, the only thing that God gave to my spirit was keep praying, keep doing what you've been doing, because by him giving police certain immunity and annuity on certain things, sorry, I pronounced it wrong, but him giving them certain things, I'm knowing that, hey man, long as I ain't doing certain things and I do know that innocent lives are taken, all I'm saying is I'm not gonna give them an easy reason to want to do certain things to me. I'm the one
Yeah.
that's saying, hey, I'm the young man out here helping in the economy. I'm the one that's trying to get the police get help their kids with teaching or something. All I'm saying is you have to still stay prayed up. I don't care who's in office.
That's right.
Okay? Because if I'm gonna leave it with this about this presidency, if we had a chance to get in office, we all would have certain things where it'll be for our benefit or our good. I don't care what nobody try to tell me.
You
If you
so
had a chance to get in the presidency office, you're going to try to do certain, and I'm not saying it's negative. I'm just saying
yeah.
you're going to do something that benefit you, your family, your church, or something. So let's
Yeah.
just be honest and understand that it's a human being that is a president. Okay,
Yeah.
but let's keep it moving though, because we're on some financial stuff tonight. And
Wait a minute, I ain't done yet. I'm not done yet. You brought some things back to my mind. My turn. Now look,
okay,
okay, you did say we just thank God a lot of people didn't make it into this year. That's
I mean,
true.
that's just how I was raised. They always taught me that at the end of the year and at the beginning of the year, that's just one of those times it's going to stick out that a person has lost their life because that's
That's
the
right.
most of the holidays that people celebrate, and then they're going to look at ending the year, and then we're starting a new year. So I've lost family members and friends this past year. So I'm already knowing when New Year's came and a lot of people are celebrating. I'm also knowing in my conscience that I'm celebrating that a lot of my people went back home with God. So I can talk about that too. I lost a lot. I lost a lot, but it was
That's
also a gain because I understand that we're not going to be here forever in a
yeah,
way. We
yeah.
have a birth date, and a lot of people don't know their death date.
That's That's right. That's right. And so I just that resonated with me because that's true. You know, we don't know. And I practice what I call mindfulness. So what mindfulness is
Mhm.
celebrating your right now. Enjoying your right now. Like I'm listening to your conversation when I'm in the presence of people. Everything I do, I try to do it right now. Because you can't look back too far. And you certainly, like you said, you can't look forward too far. But certainly you can be in the right now and you can practice gratitude because that's what it
Mhm.
sounds like. You came in the year with a lot of gratitude, a
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
gratitude.
And then I just retired
Now,
too, so new energy. It's a different energy. I just retired too, so
okay,
yes, it was a new year. Yes,
okay. So let's talk about that. So now you retired and did you, well, wait,
I did. Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
So now did you relocate?
No, no, no. This
Huh?
the thing. I'm still here in Texas. Now I did get some investment homes in other places, but I'm
Okay.
still here in Dallas, Texas. Um, when I retired from the fifth grade of teaching, I'm still teaching now. As I tell people, I just don't have that full schedule, man. Because when I was teaching, I wouldn't take no business meetings if it was out of town. And as I tell people, I've been teaching for over 5 years, and I've never missed a day of school. So with that being said, when I say I retired from the fifth grade, I'm knowing what that means to me, that I was there every day. I haven't missed a day of school. I would have business opportunities and things going on, and I never put that in the way of teaching or with my kids. So I trusted God on that because I'm knowing a lot of people will say, man, you passing up money, you got big deals on the table. I knew that God knew me. He know his child. He already knew that there was something we was gonna talk about. If I'm doing this, God, and I'm sacrificing, no complaints, I know you gonna take care of me on the back end.
Oh, that's right.
because I didn't do
That's
no
right.
complaining. I could have easily took days off, had a substitute teacher, but I wanted to show my kids consistency. If I'm here every
Mm,
day and bringing this energy, I want you here every day and bringing that great energy. Because that's the only thing I ask the kids. And just a quick, real quick, that's how I got that class. I went in to help a young lady that was she was about to have her baby. So they just needed me to come in for 6 weeks. As I was leaving on that last day to go back into the business world, the principal said, "Man, I got a fifth grade class that ran off 4 subs and 4 adults." I said, "Man, I ain't that good at math. I am good at math. I love math." I said, "But you just said 4 adults. I mean 4 subs and 4 teachers." I said, "That sounds like 8 adults that some kids ran off." So on my last day that I was
right.
leaving, that was the first day of me getting that fifth grade class. So that's why I'm saying I retired from teaching fifth grade because I ended up being the fifth grade teacher for about 3 years. So I ended up getting three fifth grade classes
Okay.
to the middle school level.
Okay. Okay.
So
All
yeah, and
right.
let me say this. Let me say
Now,
this too. Let me give you this one more. Because I want to see how you feel about
uh-huh.
this. When I was sharing that with people, they
Okay.
like, "Man, you too young to be," because this gonna tie into financial literacy tonight. "Man, you too young to be
Okay.
retiring." And I said, "No, see, that's that old school mindset thinking you got to still work 30, 40 years to get your retirement." I said, "No, I'm a young man that had an exit plan. I knew how to, I I leveraged my retirement money. They gave me about 50,000, and I said, "Oh, they messed up. They messed up."
Oh,
They showed me my account would have about 50,000 after taxes, and I went straight to my
yeah.
banker and my underwriter. "Hey man, I don't want to
Yeah.
spend this money. How can I make this get some compound interest, or how can I leverage this money with the
Okay.
bank? If I'm coming with 50, can y'all match me and give me 100?" Those were the type of things that I was asking my bankers before I retired. So I tell people I had a good exit strategy.
Okay.
So you
Okay.
ain't never too young to
Now,
retire, y'all. Don't believe that. You is never too young to retire. And like I tell people, if I'm too young to retire, you too old to still be working that hard.
ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Uh, right, right. I like that. I like that. Now, the thing is, what I hear you saying is when you were working or when you were teaching, you were
Yes, ma'am.
paying yourself first because that's
Yes,
what you
ma'am.
had to do in
Yes,
order to
ma'am.
get that much of a goose egg, right?
Hmm.
That much of a saving. You were paying yourself first, then you were being mindful of long term. So
Oh, yeah, yes,
meaning
ma'am.
you weren't looking at the quick, like, let me go get this new whatever the credit bureau is gonna
I'll
give
give you
me,
an
right?
example. I give you an example, and
Uh-huh.
then the people that are listening tonight, or if they get on later, when they see the video, I would say it's always good. That's why people ask you, what are your short-term goals? What are your long-term goals? My
Yeah,
short-term, I did. I'm gonna tell y'all now. Again, I had an exit strategy. Everybody know, if you don't know, teachers make more money in the summer doing summer school because we
mhm,
already get a check even if we're there or not. Teachers get paid in the summer, right? So what
right,
I looked at, I ain't gonna be kicking it with my friends. See, some of y'all still want to go out all the time or go on these trips and celebrate what other than good life. So here we go. So
right.
I'm just saying, we can celebrate good
Well,
life,
that's
but
the
man,
truth.
when we,
That's the
when we can
truth.
celebrate that at home. So here we go. So I end up sacrificing my summers. I work
Mhm,
both sessions, meaning I go to school at 8 and it's from 8 to 12. That's one session. Then I stay at that joker from 12 to 4. And this how I did it with my mind. You was working 8 to 5 anyways at the school. So why not go on and finish out a June and a July to get that extra bag? Because you want to retire.
yeah,
I kept it in my mind. Why am I doing this? That's what you should be doing. You should be
yeah,
writing at your goals. You should be having it on your mirror in your restroom. I had it in my mind. I want to retire at 31. I want to have this amount of money to leverage, and I'm gonna do this with it. My credit gonna be
yeah.
straight. I'm gonna leverage that money and I'm gonna go back and do this. I had everything lined out and I made sure my banker and my underwriter understood. Hey man, this ain't no money for me to go buy no nice car. This is money for
Right,
me to never have to go back to work again.
right. Not to get in debt. Not to get in debt.
I ain't gonna lie, we can talk about
Right.
that. I love that. I
Because
ain't gonna lie,
this
I love
will,
that. I ain't gonna lie, I love that. I ain't
yeah.
gonna lie. Some
But
people
it's
say
good
don't
debt
go.
and bad debt.
Yeah,
Some
yeah,
debt,
yeah. That's what I'm saying. I love good debt. I love some good
yeah.
debt because I use debt
It's
to pay
good
off
debt
other
and
debt.
bad debt, but you don't want to, yeah,
I ain't gonna
right.
lie. We
But you
can
don't
we
want
can
it to
talk
be in
about
no
that tonight.
bad debt the way you, Okay, okay. Now, what I'm gonna
No, look,
say
tell me this. Go
is,
back,
because
go
all
back,
of
go
this
back.
brings to
What
mind,
what
like
what do
I
you
said,
consider bad debt? Talk to me. Go back, go back. What do you consider some bad debt?
bad debt is like, hey, if I just decide to go, get some tires on my car that are like upper, the prestige. Maybe if I go get some 24s, right?
Uh-huh.
And because I want to look good, and I want my truck to look good, so I want everybody to look at my 24s going, to my job and back. That's bad debt. Because it's not gonna make me any money. I hit the wrong potholes, I'm gonna end up losing the dang old tires that quick. I didn't lost my money. Or going to get a new vehicle, right? Because once you drive it off the lot, the vehicle's not worth anything anymore. So those are things that we consider bad credit. I mean, not bad credit, bad debt. Because those things don't have any value. They're not making money for you. They're not gonna put any more money into your resource. They're not helping your resources. So you want to be mindful when you spending money. You want to say, what can I spend to make me money? What do I spend to make money? When
So
you are
look, can we go back to the 24s real quick?
okay, go ahead.
Man, I'm gonna show him you should be renting out that vehicle then, right?
Okay.
So the 24s might be just to catch the people eye. It might be a certain type of rim, new cut. I would just show them, let's now rent out that truck. Let's go Turo it, or you got 4 doors on it. Because these are things that I personally did. So I'm giving
Mm-hmm.
game right now. I had a Nissan. I'm gonna tie it back into the 24s. I had a Nissan with like a bill of like $600 a month with
Mm-hmm.
the car note and the insurance. So what I did, and this how we can
Mm-hmm.
tie it into the 24s on the other truck. You got 4 doors, and then you normally got like a little, excuse me, like a tail bumper. I showed them every door should be a QR code or someone's magnet.
Mm-hmm.
That should be somebody's business on their door. Okay, the front doors are worth a little bit more money. The back doors were a little bit amount of money. So all I'm saying is, you can turn that car on them rims into something. I
Yeah.
can rent it out for video shoots. It might be for photo shoots. I just had to learn that certain debt is only a debt if you never can turn it into something that make a
Yes.
profit or
That's
that you
right.
can win from.
Right.
So how my mind work, everything to me is an opportunity.
Right.
Everything is. So I'm gonna go back to the 24s.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give people one more example because some people really might think that it's a bad thing to go get the rims. I'm gonna go tell the man I'm gonna buy these rims today. But if I get 10 people to come back and start shopping with you, I want a unique code that say steps 2.0 or your favorite teacher. So now I want a referral fee.
Okay.
And how much is your referral fee, sir? Because if you sell the rims at the minimum of 1,000, 10%, you want to give me $100. We're gonna work out something because I'm knowing that they're gonna get some tires with the rims. I'm knowing that they're gonna get them mounted. So let's just do a deal that everybody that I bring through, let's work on it this way. I just thought I'm negotiating my own contracts.
Right. 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 Now, and then I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm gonna go back, and I'm kind of like history. I like
Okay.
history,
I
right?
love history.
Now, the thing is, what we're talking about, nothing is new. It kind of makes me feel some type of way when I'm scrolling down social media and I see first black man millionaire, first black man did this, first black woman did. That's not true. Stop believing all that. We already got it. We
Yeah.
already had Black Wall Street. The town I'm from, because I was challenged with thinking about it when I
Hmm.
was when I was younger. That's all we had was black owned businesses on our
Yes.
street. So we had
Hmm.
a grocery store, we had a cab station, we had uh, barbecue stations, we had all of these different things. And yes, I did say a grocery store. Okay, I did say that. So we
Yeah.
had all of this. So it's only our ownership. The only thing that just stopped us is from our brain thinking we have it. But the truth is, you can go all the way back, and it's been so. It's really time for us to get established and get financial literacy. That's why I said it's in the air. I can see it, I can hear it, and I'm enjoying it because that is what we had. We had entrepreneurs. That's what we had in our communities. Like I said, everybody heard about Black Wall Street. Well, I'm from a little town in Oklahoma. It's called Chickasha.
I
I
heard of
we
that, bro. I heard of that, bro.
Right. We were owners of our property. You see? So what has happened is it is the thoughts how they have or I say how we've been conditioned. And then we begin to be consumers. So that we got to come back out of that and go back to where we came from. And that's reconnecting. That's where
Can
we
I
get.
ask you real quick?
Uh-huh.
What is the main thing that you think that changed that from when we had all of the ownership and then when we became consumers because we were the producers, we were the ones, the owners. What just give me one thing. Just give me one
Well,
thing. And what do you think it is?
I actually read a lot of documentation. It was our plants, because what our plants would do was guarantee people that they could work and they could get a check on a Friday. So that took away from our communities where you had all these plumbers and architects and you had store owners. The younger people, of course, I'm going to go, rather than me challenge myself, I'm going to go ahead and go and work in these plants. Well, so
Mhm.
these plants kind of look at the word PLANT. Then look at plantation,
The, the root the
PLANTATION.
root the root word of plantation is the plant. I got you.
That's right. So if you look at it, that's what happened.
Yeah.
And so that's when we started being okay. Now working, and nothing's wrong with working at a plant. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is we already going back to the creator. We already got what's in us for us to, for us to make money, for us to live, for us to do whatever we need to do. We already got those things. We're already entrepreneurs. That's why, like I said, when I scroll down and I see people doing this and this, and I'm like, okay, we had all of this in our community. And that's what changed. A lot of plants came to our town.
Mhm.
So once those plants came, people's goals changed. People's idea of what it is to maintain change.
So this what I think. This is my thing. I love Dr. King, but I know one of the reasons I feel a lot of this change is when we start wanting, or the message may have got misconstrued, maybe. But I think before my time, it was a time of wanting equal rights for a certain thing, equality. I'm sorry, that's the word I was trying to say. Equality,
Mhm.
and I can kind of see how that did mess us up in ways, and I'm gonna tell you why I think why. At one point in time, my grandfather told me that they used to could go to his neighbor and say, "Hey man, can I borrow some of your lard?
Yeah.
Lard, can I
Yeah.
borrow your pig? Can I borrow some milk, butter?" And what my grandfather said they would then do when he let the next door neighbor, or when he borrowed the lard, the next door neighbor is able to come back to his door and now say, "Hey man, can I borrow some sugar? Or can I borrow your donkey?" So I think the problem got to is when something came out called credit. Now we were able to go to another race of stores, and instead of getting that credit with the black owned store, we start taking our credit to another store. Maybe we thought the product was better, maybe. But what
Mhm.
that then caused is I don't owe anything to that black store no more. So now I'm taking my business to another store. Might have been failing, like it might be some intimidation. I
Yeah.
can see many people probably going to a certain store because they were intimidated.
Mhm.
They were oppressed. So going back to what I think happened in this too, we
Mhm.
took our credit somewhere else.
We did. We took our money. We took our
We,
money.
we took the money somewhere else.
Our
So that means that,
resources.
that black owned store isn't thriving like it used to. See, at
That's
first,
right.
we only had our money. Somebody said, "Lord, isn't that cooking grease bacon?" Yeah, they borrowed. I had to use the old term, Lord. I
Well,
could
you
I,
know what?
I could have said grease, but that ain't how he told me the story. His
Right.
story said they borrowed Lord.
That's right. Well, let me tell you something. On my block, my neighbor, they owned all the animals.
Okay.
So we would get meat from him, right? Because he had the farm, he had the pigs, he had the cows. We get the milk, we also would get the milk and the meat, right? So my home, we had smaller animals. So we had the chickens. Not only did that, we had all the fruit trees. And then we had a huge, like almost two lots of planting wood garden. So you would get that. So everybody shared. So that's true. And I can remember, like I said, the grocery store. I can remember going in there, seeing Mr. Jimmy. That was his name. Mr.
Hmm.
Jimmy will give you a treat. Then you go on down the street. If you want to go somewhere, you go get your burger. You take a taxi from the black taxi driver, and you go where you're going in town. So those things were all kept that away, and even I can even remember
Yeah.
having my clothes made by
Hmm.
a black tailor in
A
town.
black tailor. Right, right. So, Miss Lady, if we can put a pin right there. So, I took a couple of notes while you were saying that. I want to go back to you saying that the guy down the street had the animals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can my people have animals like that living in these apartments right now? Come on now. How
Yeah.
how is my people gonna do any garden, any farming, and these jokers buying up apartments?
Well, and
So
that's
do you
how.
so do you see how the dynamic is changing? Let's go back
Right.
even more. Back in schools, you learned about agriculture. I just told y'all I was a school teacher. My kids
That's
didn't
right.
even have an art class at this school.
That's
They didn't
right.
have a business class, but we did art in Mr. Waite's class. We handled business in Mr. Waite's class. I
That's
couldn't speak for the school,
that's right.
but I can do
Well,
certain things in my classroom in that platform. But the notes that I took is going back to the agriculture. So when you said that we was farming and gardening, it goes back to y'all had homes back in the day, houses with some
we
grass
did.
around it. Now my people are just buying this and leasing these apartments.
Right. Right.
So the mindset is different. We're not
It
growing our
is.
foods no more. We're
Right.
not growing our animals no more. It's not
You're right.
homegrown. Everything is pretty much fast food or processed a certain way.
Right.
Then they can leave. Look, I don't even want to talk about that. Then we can start talking about our health.
Right.
But I don't
It's
even want to go into that. But it's all of this stuff is calculated.
it's a rabbit hole
It's
because it
calculated.
all does go back to back. Because when I think about it, like I said, I was just recently challenged because someone said, uh, you know, I want you to talk about you, and I was thinking, wow. So I got to thinking about all of this. I was thinking about the neighbors, the people, because they did share. They did. As a fact, I could tell you something that'll blow your mind. When you talk about property, back then in our town, property did not leave you unless like you just gave it. Like say you're a good friend of mine and say I'm getting ready to expire. And I say, hey, Mr. Dwight, you've been so kind to me. Let me give you this property. You see what I'm saying?
So you would
That,
inherit it from a good friend.
yeah, if the family didn't inherit it. That's how property was handed over in our town. My grandmother said, well,
Boy, I
the
wish I can
first
see that to today.
right. So the
Man.
first so the first house she got, the first house that she
Hmm.
bought one. Then when her family, she got a family, she bought she didn't buy anything. She took
Hmm.
care of a lady. The
Okay.
lady passed. So the lady gave her 3 lots. On that lot
Mm.
was one foundation, one house, and then another lot. That lot was used for farming. So
Okay.
that's how our neighborhood looked. And that's how it created, that's how the community was. So that's how everything meshed together. So that's true. What your grandfather said, that was how we meshed together. And then I'm going to tell you something else that blows my mind. My grandmother used to say, because, now we have all these frozen foods. We
Right,
go,
right.
go into Walmart, like you said, now we have to go out and purchase this stuff. We
Hmm.
have
We
to
do.
go because we don't have those farms. We don't have that neighbor, Mr. Campbell, next door no more.
We depending on the government to eat.
That's right. That's
We
right.
depending on the
So
government to meet. You see
now,
how people act when they say them stores running out of food and people go up there acting crazy.
right,
We depending on the
right.
government to eat.
Yeah. So it's scary for people because they don't know, they don't have that foundation. They don't understand that. But that is how it was. Now, that's right. That's right. And I got something better than that. They used to make their own bread. their
I mean,
own butter,
see, so
their
look, so this
own
what
milk.
this what you really confirming. Back in the day when they made those things, it was passed down through transition. I mean, through tradition. Sorry, not transition. Tradition.
Yeah,
Grandmama gonna tell her daughter how to make something, and then
right,
she passed it down to her daughters. You had the daughters in the kitchen back in the day. I just got on my
right.
granny back there a while ago. Had my papa cooking today. I got on my granny a while ago about having my papa cook today. But what I'm going back to though, you don't have the kids in the kitchen like they used to. You used to have to help mama and granny
Yeah,
them. And I'm kind of speaking probably before my time, but I was raised by my grandparents. So I was able to get some of that
yeah,
history. They was in the kitchen with their mama.
mhm,
That's why a lot of those men learned how to cook because you had to have certain food ready before mama
yeah,
got back. So we don't have
yeah.
those recipes being passed down no more for the cake and this and that. Now, some families do. I'm just speaking as a majority, y'all. We got to get back
Sarah
to the
Lee, them,
majority.
look,
And
Sarah Lee them that took
Sarah
some
Lee,
of them
well, I don't know nothing about no Sarah Lee.
recipes.
I don't know nothing about no Sarah Lee. But I was telling my
Yeah,
man what I was telling my grandfather and them. Uh, oh yeah, it just goes back to those
that's right.
traditions and recipes being passed down. But we was just talking about it before I got on the line with you tonight with this beautiful platform. And also while we on here, thank you for everybody that's tuned in right now. Thank you for the engagement. We see the comments coming in. Thank y'all. So here we go.
Yes,
And you still got time to send it to somebody else, okay? I tell
that's
people I
right.
always go send it. If you haven't sent it to at least 5 people, you should be forwarding this right now so you don't
Right,
have to repeat
right.
it to them. But here we go. I was just telling my grandfather how I heard that, man, we have holidays together, but we don't eat together as a family no more. Think about it. Some people make their plates, some people go upstairs, some people go to the backyard, some people go to another living room, some people go to their room and eat, and we really aren't eating as a family no more. See, when you eat as a family, that father is able to see his kids. He can tell that boy, hey man, you need to pull them pants up. Or what's going on with your eyes? Why your
Right,
eyes looking like that? Because
right.
he's able to see what's going on in his family. But now
Yeah,
how it's set up in our generation, man, mama and them somewhere, the kids on the tablet or the phone. They might be on everybody on social media. We're in
right,
the same house, and we're not even talking to each other no more.
right, right.
I'm just
And
saying, I think we have to get back to that
we do,
unity
we
of
do,
it.
we do. And that would saying that was the most important thing. And my grandmother would say, when I first moved down and got my own place, she said, "You got to get a table for your children to sit at."
I ain't
That
gonna
was
lie.
her
That
primary.
that that right there, that's a lot of
That was her
symbolism in that.
primary.
You
And
have to
she
get a
said,
table that your
"For your
children can sit
children
at.
to sit at."
That's a foundation.
That was her primary. She didn't care about me having a couch. She didn't care about me having a television. She didn't care about me having the bed. She said
A
they
table.
must have a table to sit at.
I ain't gonna lie.
That's
That
right.
that's good game right there. That
A
lady didn't say nothing
table.
wrong. That's good game right there.
That's
That's good
right.
game right there.
That's, that's right. Because at that table, you talk. At that table, you meet. At that table, other people also come and meet and talk. So that's where things are always discussed during that meal at that table. There are those meals. Now, sometimes it ain't that the best because, hey, I'm a thick girl. So that means that table meant a whole lot to me, right? But at that table meant a lot, you know.
Hmm.
But that was most important. That's all she said. And from that day on, even now, I have to have a table. I moved to another city and I went and ate with this family. And like you said, it was a holiday. And they had all these TV stands. And
Hmm.
I said, I've never, and this is recent, I was like, I've never had a TV stand and was able to sit and eat dinner on a holiday at a TV stand. You know, that's just unheard of in our
Yeah.
house.
Right.
It just wasn't, you know, I would say it wasn't appropriate. I wouldn't even try it because we weren't
It
allowed to
was
do
against the
that.
rules.
That's right. That's right. That's the time. And so that was most important. Um, now what let's tie this back to this financial literacy because I think it's important that we do go back and reclaim some of those things. Like I said, when I'm scrolling down and I see first millionaire, first this, those things are lying.
Hmm.
The low cost, the alligator, that's a black owned logo.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
and that's old. That's old. So
Right.
we need to stop. We need to stop thinking, oh, it's a hit like a one in a million type deal. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
Those things we already have, and we all have that. That's sort of some of our legacy if we pull it on out. So now I'm gonna hand the ball to you because I want to hear more about this financial literacy 2.0.
Thank
'Cause-
you. Thank you. Thank you. So, I want to highlight on something real quick, just real quick as we step into this. The only thing it is, it's uncommon. It is uncommon. That's why you see a lot of people now saying that I'm the first generation millionaire of my family. So that just lets you know that it's not common. That's why everybody's saying first, first, first.
But it's not. It is common.
It's
That's what I'm telling
no, no,
you.
no. What I'm saying, Miss Lady,
Uh-huh.
when you talking, you're saying that if it was already something done in history, it's been done.
That's right.
So for a person that's not tapped into that history,
Okay.
they
Okay.
will say that they're the generation
I
millionaire.
see. I
And then
see
it'll
what.
take for somebody to hit them upside the head and say, "Hey man, your Uncle Johnny made a million back in the day." But
Right. Right.
they're not tying that in, and we have to be honest. They try to erase a lot of our history. So when
Right.
they're telling you the first and first and first of certain things, for
Right.
so many times I've learned that they do want you to believe that this is the first time. They don't
Right.
want you to know that you've been winning.
Right.
Because if I know that I'm a part of a team that's been winning, they got a good school history, they got school pride. I'm gonna go in there, man. Well, I better win. Got some confidence. If
You
they
gotta
got
come.
you already thinking that you've been losing for so long, for some
And
for
you
some
have
people,
it.
it's a psychological thing. So
That's
what I'm
right.
saying, what I'm going back to, that's what I meant by it's uncommon. Because most of the times when you tell somebody, I don't mind sharing it with you and your followers, but when I tell people certain things of what I have and my status,
Yeah.
you retire from teaching,
Yeah.
they'll never tie back that I could do certain things as a teacher. They want you to be a ball player or an athlete.
Well, we finna squash that because we know about, like I said, we know about Black Wall Street.
Hmm.
I told you about where I'm from. We have an attorney, Ida B. Scipio. She's got
Hmm.
a lot of books about her. She was the first Black woman to get well, she became a lawyer from my town. So there was she was a descendant from Black Wall Street. But we had a street full of Black businesses. My uncle owned he was a barber. He owned a barber shop. I had another uncle, if you ever heard of the Beverly Hillbillies, story similar to it. Why? Because he struck oil down here in Texas and they moved to California. It's a true
Mm.
story. True
I just
story.
heard a lot right there. So when you asked me about the title of tonight, Financial Literacy
Yeah.
2.0, so the
Yeah.
first thing that I would do for a person is first just say, even with that title, with your finances, of course, we can say that that ties into money, credit, um, goods and services, financial. I try to tell people that your finances, is just something that you can tie in with that. But when you talking about literacy, as I tell people, that's the main thing when they say financial literacy. When you are literate, that's why they say illiterate people. When you are literate, that means you fully understand.
That's
So
right.
people probably gave you this big old title of financial literacy. Only thing I break it down to my students and clients, that just means understanding money,
That's right.
understanding how money works, how it moves, how it exchanges, how it's worth different things in different places. That some countries I go to, I got to call it yen. I gotta call it yen. I might gotta call it
That's
pesos when
right.
I go to a certain place. But at the end of the day, that is still money moving, and you have to understand how it moves. So tonight, I know that I can't hold everybody too long, but again, my job is going to be to simplify certain things and just give everybody a
Oh,
generic plan that I believe anybody can follow. But what I'll tell a person, the execution is always gonna come down to you. So I can easily say this is a plan for everybody, but everybody don't have the same execution. So here we go. Again, thank y'all for having me tonight. My name is DeQualis Waits, your favorite teacher, and I represent the Steps 2.0 program. It is a program that God gave me a vision with. As I was teaching, I've always had my investments on the side, food trucks, event centers. I've always had that. But I also got a taste of being able to help in a prison. This is going to make sense. I help in a prison called Sanders SD Unit in Venice, Texas. And they invited me out to teach on entrepreneurship. So the way the Lord worked, I went there to just speak one time. And then the chaplain and the young men heard what was going on. And then I'm able to go there every Sunday now. We have access to get into the prison every Sunday now. So that's my church. I'm working with about 50 young men in prison. We help get their credit repaired. We help get them an LLC. We get them connected to the bank. We get them to the business broker. We get them funded. They go back to their business broker, and then they go over businesses that are already making money, absentee owner businesses, turnkey businesses. So again, if I'm saying a young man in prison can do this, you know my people in the free world looking at it like, for one, that can't be true. That's too good to be true. How does a young
Right.
man in prison got good credit? How he got a business going? Again, we started this in the Sanders SD unit. So again, people will see me put it on Facebook, like, man, my boys got funded. I mean, they see the real pictures, the guys in their suits in jail. They see the family with them, and we taking pictures, and they're like, man, how are you getting them funded of 50,000 the first round, and he in prison considered a felon? Okay, I say the main thing that I can see is that that young man taking time with what I'm telling him to do. He got time to work on certain things I'm telling him to do. And I might tell the same person in the free world to do that, but you also busy. You gonna tell me you tired from work. You gonna tell me you gotta go do this. You gonna give me a lot of excuses. You gonna give me a lot of excuses, and I'm gonna say, see, that's probably why you're in prison. He
Right.
in the free world. He in the free world
This
because of
right
where
here.
his mind is at.
This right here.
Because where his
That's
mind is
right.
at.
That's
You
right.
on this job worried about a certain time. Like I
Right.
tell people, that's your probation. That's your probation. You got a curfew. You got to be in that joke at a certain time. You got a boss that's like a
Woo,
warden, and you got a probation officer.
woo,
Let your butt come to work late so many times. You getting rid of.
woo.
You gonna get. Yeah, come on. It's prison.
Preach. Preach.
Your
I'm trying to get
mind
out
is
of it.
trapped. Your
Yeah.
mind is trapped. Your mind. So all I'm saying is it started in a prison, and those were the first young men I was able to work with. So here we are now in
Mhm.
2025. When I said I got started in 2024, I already claiming my year. So what I saw is that as I was getting people funded of the first round, I get them $50,000. So with funding, it comes certain things. And it started, the main thing was the credit. So when I started working with the bank, they don't care if you're white, black, orange, purple, green. The first thing they kept asking me is their credit score 680 or above.
Right.
Is there util now if you're listening tonight, this is probably when you want to start taking notes. I got a pen, I got some paper. You want to record this, you want to screen, you want to get this right here. So here we
Now
go.
can you wait a minute? Give us your contact information. Go ahead and type it in and then go ahead and roll it out again. Go ahead
You
and
want me to type, you said type in my contact information, my
yeah,
contact?
so we can put it on the we're gonna put it across the screen as you're talking.
Okay, here we go. Give me 1 second. Here we go. And
Okay.
if a person get this is my personal contact. And what I'm gonna say is, all you have to do is text me, and you can just text podcast. I know you came straight from the podcast because I'm gonna do something for this podcast. We want to do a blessing for this podcast.
Hey, y'all let me know because he finna put me on. He already told us that I need to be getting a referral. So let
Mhm.
let
Hey, that ain't fair if y'all on this platform and then y'all get hit with $50,000 and then y'all don't give that young lady something. That's the whole thing
right.
we
We
just talked about a
want
while ago.
something.
We have to keep
Yeah,
paying each other and making sure we're getting
that's right.
compensated with
That's
each
right.
other and everybody making money with each other. We should never go broke. The
That's
problem be
right.
when I'm the only one making the money.
And then
So
we
you
get
heard
mad
what I
at you. And then
so
we
you heard what
mad
I
at
told
you.
you, Miss Lady. I'm
Right.
going to share with you. We share with each other. So here we go. So my
Okay.
number was there. So the first thing that they always ask me is is the credit score 680 or above. I can be honest with you. My people didn't have that. When I say my people, I'm speaking not just for black people. I'm speaking for the minority. I'm just saying my people. That's all races. That's all colors. Majority didn't have that 680. We were in the fives. Okay. So the second thing they asked is your utilization or your usage, is that 20% or less? Y'all, all that mean is if you get a credit card, have you swiped that card so many times? Let's say it got a $10 limit. If you already used $8, that means you've used 80% of that credit. The bank is looking at it like, hey man, you're a little too hungry for us.
Yeah.
Okay, when you gonna pay that back? So once they see that you haven't paid that back, that's why don't nobody want to give you no more money. Think about in your personal family, if somebody then borrow something, and everybody in the family know we all got this certain cousin, we love them or we love her, but she
Right.
ain't or he ain't good for paying nobody back. So his
I ain't
credit
gonna
ain't
pay you
good.
back.
His
Yeah.
credit ain't good. I got a
Right.
cousin right now in my family big everybody on Facebook for $5. And I say, man, you can't even get five. That's bad. So let's get back to it. So they want to make
Right.
sure your usage
Right.
is 20% or less. The next thing they're gonna look for, any derogatory. For a person that's, man, what is this word? You talking about a
Yeah.
derogatory. Basically, that means that you've had certain collections or certain things that you owe that have been reported back to the credit bureau, and it's like a red flag. Derogatory just mean red flag. So if they see that red flag on your report, they'll deny you. But I'm letting you know now, God led me to your platform tonight to share with your people to plant these seeds to let them know with Steps 2.0 with our program, we pay for everything and we get those derogatories gone. Now I'm gonna let y'all know now. I teach people, I go get the money, then let me put my hand in that bag and get some of that money because I didn't charge you nothing up front. Okay. We are a no money down program. Remember, I started with some young men that's in prison. They barely had commissary. How they gonna pay me for a consultation? How they gonna pay me up front? So I had to show people there's so much scamming going on out here. So if I'm putting up my money, that should show you that I'm confident in our program and our performance because how else I'm gonna get my money back? Okay, so I just saw people procrastinating. They're walking around with 670s, 660, 650, and then I see them again. I'm like, hey man, I know you ain't went and got no funding because you would have told me. So you still walking around with that
Mhm.
credit score, right? Well, wait, it went down now, man. I'm in the 500s, and I'm like, man, just last month or 2 months ago, you only needed 10, 20 points, but they didn't want to invest. So again, God blessed us with a vision that I said, hey, I'm gonna start paying for the bill. If I say, hey, let's go out to eat, you might tell me, wait, I had some leftovers. If I say, no, don't worry about that, I'm gonna pay for it. Bring your family, it's on me. A lot of people start saying, where are we going, when we going, because I'm paying for the bill. So with Steps 2.0, God has blessed us to be able to pay for that bill. So come eat with us.
And I love that because you talk about people.
We haven't met nobody. Everybody telling me, man, this sounded too good to be true at first. That's why we drop those testimonial videos. That's why we do Zooms and have our clients on there that's been funded because it does sound too good to be true. But I wanted to show people it's too much scamming going out here. So if I'm the program that we have no money down, there you go that execution. Now
Right.
we just need you to click that link. Now we just need you to answer a questionnaire. Now we just need you to invest some time and get on this Zoom and get some education so then we can lead it back to you and then they go to your motivation, okay?
Right. 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 And I like that because so many people they get out of prison and they don't have anything and they already been downtrodden, meaning they already down and they don't have they're getting released back into the community, but they can't get no job, no job to pay decently. So to me, and like I just said, I came from a neighborhood of entrepreneurship as a child. So to me, entrepreneurship is really important. And it's good that you all are hand in hand to individuals who otherwise, like I said, they already got that inside of them. They already got a purpose. We all got a purpose. But the issue is getting out of that all that garbage, like you said, that our minds have been
Yeah, a
programmed.
lot of us are a prisoner in our own mindset.
That's right. That's right.
Can I say
That
one more thing real quick? I just heard you say that they get out and they normally don't have a job. So let me show y'all how this works with the Steps 2.0 program. So
right.
what we do is remember I said that we go buy a business that's already making money. So y'all, what I show my team and my clients, once we own the business, who are we asking to hire anybody?
Nobody. You the boss.
We now have that ownership and that power to hire these people and employ them. So with our program, we got people on the team, they got parole houses. So now you're not just going to a random house when you get paroled to, you got a certain house that look a little nicer, that come with more amenities because
Right.
our partners have got funded through the Steps
Right.
2.0 program. They go buy the parolee houses. We already got certain things. So then again, you got a better way of living. You credit good. You already got a percentage probably coming back because remember, you've invested into something before you got out of prison. So now he got a little bit better platform to stand on. So when
Right.
he report back to his parole officer, he letting them know, man, I got a business I'm already got going. He's
Right.
not really worrying about a job. So when he need his hours to get signed, legally his name on the LLC, so they got to go see he got a business. It's
Right.
just a little bit different. So when it comes
Right.
back to him reverting back to prison, so
Right.
they say when a man is released from prison, you want to watch him for the first 24 months or 2 years.
Right.
So what we have saw or studies or what we're trying to show is that when we start them on this path, we ain't been having nobody go back. Now I'm not saying everybody perfect, but I'm just saying when you start them with their own business and they got something to look towards that they can't really mess up, I promise you this has given them a little bit better start. And we just trying to keep showing the prison systems that we already teaching in that, hey, this is why you would like our program to be in your prison. And it also helped the young man stop getting in trouble in prison because depending
Right.
on your behavior, you can come to the class. So they didn't want to miss that class because if you miss a class, it goes against your graduation. Remember, you get funded at graduation. When I say all that beef stop, because now you
Right.
got something to look forward to. You want to get that program
Right.
done. You
Right.
want to. All I'm saying is it's been a blessing, and that's why we named it Steps 2.0 because we want to think on that second dimension, or you get a second chance. We want you to go upstairs. It's steps. We want you to elevate. We want you to say 2.0 mean just like an exponent. When you do 5 to the second power, that ain't 5 times. That ain't 5 plus 5. That's 5 times 5. So we're just trying to show people how to multiply. So again, I just wanted to touch back on that when you was like, hey, it's hard for them to get a job. That's true. So we tried to
Yeah.
eliminate certain things. We were like, okay, the first thing they need when they get out, they're going to go get their ID. They got to go try to find a job. And that's
Right.
really a setup for some people.
Yeah,
That's
it
really a
is. It
setup.
is.
So I
Because you,
said, y'all,
yeah.
we gotta do our thing. That's the problem. Again, we're dependent on people for our work, for our food. That's why they control us as puppets
Right.
because
Right.
we're dependent on them so much for certain things of our livelihood. Man, I
Right.
gotta go to work. You depend on them for a job. Man, I gotta go eat. You depend on them for food. When I said, you know what? I'm gonna just help
Right.
people get the money. That's
Yeah.
my job.
Yeah.
I help people get funded, but I also had to give them the education because again, it's not just about getting funded. We also put them in a course in the funding program of Steps 2.0. So you're going over certain financial literacy terms like a business broker. That's the person that buy and sell the business. A
Mhm.
banker, a underwriter. Who is an underwriter? We
That's
explain to
right.
them that's the person that's going to write up your application that then
Yeah.
gets sent to the bank for your approval. All I'm saying is that's why I say I'm still teaching, but now I'm duplicating my teaching. I'm
Right.
delegating my teaching. So I'm getting other teachers around me. So while I'm on this platform tonight, I still got people working my other Zoom over there. So deals are getting closed over there while I'm able to be on this platform with you tonight.
Right. Well,
So y'all delegate, okay? Delegate. It's not easy.
Mm,
A lot of people gonna say, well, you gotta find some people good to man. Y'all think McDonald's find everybody good? You
that's
got to
right.
go through a couple of people and weed out the bad and get you some good. I'm saying. So all
Mm,
I'm saying, y'all, you have to delegate. And again, when we talking about financial literacy, it's going to start with your credit. Get that. I don't care if you don't get nothing else tonight. It's going to start with your credit because it's also something called a credit partner. Okay. This is what a credit partner does. Hey, what's going on, Chase Bank? Yeah, I'm finna send my friend, finna send Johnny down there, man. He finna come down there and get 100,000, okay? All right, thank you, man. Have a great day. Some people can call the bank, so when you get down there, you didn't have to show no ID. They didn't look at your credit score. They didn't do none of that. I know people personally who can do certain things like that.
mhm. Yeah.
So what I'm getting to, that's what a credit partner does. You
Right.
don't really have the credit to go get certain things at the bank. But that person that made their call got their relationship with the bank.
Right.
They knowing that, okay, you sending that person. So it's kind of like a cosigner. It's not a
Right.
cosigner, but a credit partner is kind of like a
Right.
cosigner because they're vouching that, hey, let them get that, but it's based on me.
Right. Now, and I'm loving this conversation. I wish we could go on and on. We only have one more. Well, one just a little bit of second out coming. Well, actually, a little second coming. So if you tell everybody, he's already said how you can catch him. You can
Yes,
call him. Actually, put his number out. Uh,
yes.
and
Nine seven two
and he's
six
talking
nine
about
seven 5567 is right here on the screen. Y'all, if you're connected to her, she's connected to me. That means we're connected together. But
Yes,
again, y'all, let's get our credit together and then go get you as many LLCs as you can. You don't have to make no money with them, okay? Remember about that PPP loan. They asked people to have a 580 credit score and a DBA of 2 years or older. It did not say you had to make no money in that DBA. So I'm encouraging y'all, I'm motivating y'all right now. Go get you some LLCs and just hold them because it's going to be a program that come out that's going to fund LLCs and then you're going to do multiplication. So let's say they roll out 60,000 to LLC. Some people going to say, man, I got that 60. And some of my people are going to say, I got 600 because I had 10 LLCs and they funded my business, okay? Again, y'all, I'm DeQualis Waits, your favorite teacher, the one that's making learning fun again. I hope you heard something tonight. I hope
right.
something moved your spirit. Again, keep God first, y'all, because if He's not in your plans are already failing, okay? Thank y'all.
That's
Thank you
right.
for the invite, Miss Lady.
Thank
Again, thank
you.
y'all. Let's step it up
Thank
2.0.
you. Peace and love.
Amen.
Good night, y'all.
Thank y'all.
There's a sparkle in your eyes.